Your assignment now, let's look at these problems. If you did not write the problems here, you need to redo that, or you will not get any credit for this assignment. And that includes this. Okay, in figure 1, ACBD is best described as a ACBD. Opposite sides are congruent. Do I know anything necessarily about each angle? But if I know the opposite sides are congruent, what type of quadrilateral is it? Correct. In figure 1, AB is a or an blank of quadrilateral. AB is a what? Diagonal. Figure 2 best describes a rhombus. Correct, rhombus. The parallel sides of a trapezoid are called its what? You're supposed to have your review assignment out, not 8-5. So just put it up. Don't turn it in yet. Just get your review assignment out. I don't care. Get it out. That was the instructions about 15 minutes ago. Figure 3 is best described as a 2, 3, 4. There's nothing special about it except it has how many sides? Figure 4 is best described as a what? Very good. In figure 4, angle M and angle N are what? They're base angles. They're also what? Congruent. Correct? I don't have congruent up here, do I? Okay, a blank is a quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides. A what? No. Now, why is it not isosceles trapezoid? Isosceles trapezoid does just have one set of parallel lines, but not all trapezoids are isosceles trapezoids. Okay, so we have to say trapezoids. Take the earphones out, please. A parallelogram with 4 congruent sides and 4 right angle is a square. Correct. The blank of a trapezoid is a segment that joins the midpoints of each leg. Type of things you all need to know for the test. On number 11, it says name a pair of non-consecutive sides. What does non-consecutive mean? Yes. Right. AY. This one is consecutive to it. This is consecutive. The only one that's non-consecutive or not consecutive to it is what? MN. So I could say AY and what? MN. However, what other answer would be right there? YN. Correct. But you have to put the segment sign above it, or you're talking about the distance. Make sure we do that correctly. Name one pair of consecutive angles. Consecutive means one right after the other one. If I was walking from angle N, what would be the next angle I would get to if I was going to my left? Okay, so I can say angle N and angle what? That is one pair of consecutive angles, is it not? I could have said angle N and angle Y, couldn't I? Could have said angle Y, angle A, angle Y, angle N, so on and so on, as long as they're beside each other and not opposite each other. Name an angle opposite angle M. Which one's opposite angle M? Name a side consecutive with AY. AM, did you say? Or you could have said what? YN. Find the missing measure in each figure. We zoom in a little bit here. How many sides does this have? 1, 2, 3. In a quadrilateral, what do the angles inside a quadrilateral add to? So 57 plus what? 83 plus 146 plus x is all that equals 180, right? 360, good. It equals 360. So what would I do? Add those up. It's 9140. That would be 286 plus x is equal to 360. So whatever's left out of 360 is what x has got to be, isn't it?
Yes.
What is it?
74.
Now, for the other one, what would I do? 70 plus what? 46 plus x plus x is equal to what? 360. Now, those add to what? What's x plus x? 2x. Not x squared. X times x is x squared, but that's x what? So that's 1x plus 1x makes 2x's. All that equal to 360. Subtracts 116. 122. Guys, listen, don't just write. I am recording this, and it'll be posted, so you need to just listen and go along this with me. Okay. This is stuff dealing with Section 8.2. FD. FD, let's see, what do they tell us? That CG, C to G is 4.5. B to D is 12. What does that make this part? What do parallelograms do, diagonals do to each other? So this is what? 6, and this one's what? Everyone agree? You guys see what I'm getting at there? The whole thing is 12, correct? So when they bisect each other, it cuts into 6 and 6. And what's this one? 4 point what? So we have all those pieces there. They told us this is 5 right here, didn't they? What's that make this one? They told us this one is 8. What's that make this one? I found all the sides, haven't I? What's FD?
5.
What's BF? Measure of angles CBF. CBF. Well, if this is 30, this one's what? 30 because it's parallel. If this is 50, this one's what? What's CBF? 80. Those two added together, correct? BCD. BCD. Well, if this whole thing's 80, what's left for this thing to be? In a parallelogram, if they're right beside or on top of each other, they add to 180. So it's 100. BG. GF. And then the next is in a parallelogram, one of the angles is 28. Determine the measures of the other. If this was 28, what's this one? What's this one? How'd you get 152? Subtract from 180, yes. 152, right? Determine whether the quadrilateral is a parallelogram, right? Yes or no? Is this a parallelogram?
Yes.
Why?
Both sides are congruent.
Opposite sides are congruent. How about this one?
Yes.
Why?
Theorem 8.
Well, if this is 35, this is 35, right? Now, I'm sure you say theorem 8. What is theorem 8? Exactly. You just got that answer from the back of the book. This is 35, this is 35. Since these are alternate interior angles, it means that this must be parallel to this, and you have a theorem that says that if a set of opposite sides are both parallel and congruent, then it's a parallelogram. And a quadrilateral that's got to be congruent to that. So, I know that's congruent to that. I know that is congruent to that. I know that's parallel to that. Is congruent to QIH. Okay, and this is congruent to this. Now, because these are vertical angles, okay, we can now prove that this triangle is congruent to this triangle. Does anybody know why? Nope. I've got a pair of sides congruent, right? I've got an angle and an angle. Wouldn't that be angle, angle, side? Right there? So if that's congruent to that, that means that is congruent to what? That, and this is congruent to this. And now I'm basically saying that the diagonals bisect each other. Therefore, that has to be a parallelogram, because that's one of your tests. If the diagonals bisect each other, it has to be a parallelogram. Number 27. Identify the parallelograms of rectangle, rhombus, square, or none of these. What does that actually look like it is? I know they didn't ask for this, but this is a trapezoid. Okay? Goes out to 180, so that's parallel to that. And these aren't parallel. So that would be none of these. How about this one? Is it also a rectangle? Is it also a rhombus? Well, by saying square, you say that anyway, don't you? Here. No, it is a rectangle. Tell me why you think it's a square.
It's not a square.
Are you being funny or were you being serious?
I was being dead serious.
Okay. Right here, what is this? Okay. 8-5. '31. Name the legs, base angles of trapezoid CDJH. What are the bases?
H and J, C, D.
No, the bases are sides. CD and what? The bases are always the two that are parallel.
That's what I said.
You
Yeah.
didn't say sides, you just said,
I just, it's HJ and CD.
okay. Now, what are my base angles? Angle C and angle what?
D.
What is the other set? Angle H and angle what?
J.
S and P.
No.
I thought it was going across.
This is a median. If CD is 27, HJ is 15, find SP. How do you find it? Add the bases, 27 plus 15, and then divide by what?
2.
So it would be, SP would be what?
21.
Okay, this is an isosceles trapezoid. What do I know about these two angles? So what's this one? What do I know about the ones right on top of each other? So this is 10 what? Making this one what? Okay. 112, what's this one?
112.
What's it make this one?
68.
What's it make this one?
68.
Okay.